This TradingView indicator that you're seeing on screen was not coded by me. I asked Claude, Anthropic's AI, to build it for me from scratch in plain English. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it, what prompt I used, and the one mistake that almost everyone makes when letting AI write trading code. Now, for some quick context before we dive in, I've tried this with ChatGPT, Gemini, and Grok, and Claude is the one that I keep coming back to. Now, if you don't have Claude yet, go to Claude AI. The free version works for this, but Pro gives you longer context windows, which matters when you start refining the indicator over multiple messages. Link in the description. Okay, so here's a prompt, and I'm going to be putting it on screen. And I want you to pause and screenshot it, or just grab it from the free link below in the description. So we have this overall prompt that says, act as a senior quantitative developer, write a TradingView PineScript version 5 indicator, which is the latest version of PineScript, that combines the three signals, a 20, a 50 MA crossover for trend direction, as well as RSI divergence for momentum confirmation, and a volume spike filter, volume above 1.5x the 20-period average, to avoid those fakeouts. We do need volume. Now, the indicator should plot buy and sell arrows on the chart, have customizable inputs for each parameter, and include an alert condition for both the buy and the sell signals, and comment every block of code so a beginner can understand what each line does. Now, this is very important, and if we enter here on Claude Code, we simply see that Claude takes around 30 seconds to think. Now, after a couple of seconds, we finally got a complete TradingView code here, and we can see that I really want to pause here because it's important to see that Claude added a cooldown period between the signals, meaning that it won't fire a new buy signal within 5 bars of the last one. And I simply didn't ask for that, and it's impressive to see that Claude added it onto the code because it knows that signal clustering is a classic beginner mistake, and that's the kind of thing that a human quant would catch. And simply, Claude did that automatically. Now, here's how you actually do this. So you get the entire code, you copy it from here, and then you paste it on toward a new indicator. You can simply use this on the overall terminal that's on TradingView PineScript, and you simply select everything and Control V. Now, from here, if we look, we can delete whatever we see isn't going to be important. So any comments that are over redundant, we can simply delete those. Fast EMA, which is a 20, and we're going to be having the max value set at 500. This allows for the best possible calculation and allows as well for all the under indicators to be properly valued, especially the slow EMA. Overbought conditions are going to be 70, around the minimum value of 50. So anything above the 50 is going to be classified as overbought. And then we have the oversold, where we go towards the downside and a max value of 50, default, low value of 30, and the minimum value of 0. Now, here we are going to simply add this towards our chart. So now that we have it plotted onto our screen, this is simply beautiful. I mean, look at this. This is towards the bottom. It's giving us exact signals. I mean, the last time it told us to sell was during that extreme sell-off here on the daily chart. And that was going to be the prediction of the big sell-off here. It's even labeled in red, which is what we really want. And then the overall correction, and then the transition of the trend here back in 2025 towards the upside. And look at that, right? Very, very accurate, very, very important. And it even predicted and gave us a signal that the recent pullback in the market, where we fell around 18% here during the overall lows, and we saw the low being made on March 30th with negative being extremely sentiment, we saw that it was also being red. But until now, we see this crossover, and it's giving us the bullish signal that the market is now in a very bullish territory. And you know, it would be very important if you combine this strategy with any indicators of fear and greed. So let's say the VIX, or if you combine this particularly with sentiment using NLP, this would add even more accuracy towards the model. and simply give you an edge in the market. And we can even simply go towards a smaller time frame, which would give us even more signals. So we had our buy signal towards the bottom as well on April 2nd of 2026. We had a little short-term sell of the pullback, but anything apart from that, we had a green showing us a lot of bullishness being priced into the market. And, zooming out, we do have to consider that it also had the classic, if you look at this indicator, classic structure of a downtrend, right? So when we were in a downtrend, right, we were red, we had the classic lower lows and lower highs like this, right? So we had lower highs and then lower lows each time, right? Now, when we are in the uptrend, we see the opposite. So we tend to see the momentum rise over time, the lows being higher than the previous lows. We have higher highs and higher lows, which is what we really want to see. So this kind of, not only shows us the trend within the market in general, but it allows us to see where the buyers and the sellers have that exact turning point that in general is almost impossible to predict. Especially the biggest quantitative firms have difficulty timing the exact bottom. Now, we know that pretty arrows don't pay the bills. So let's see if this thing actually works. So I'm going to be asking Claude Code to convert this indicator into a strategy so we can backtest it, and we'll use the same chat. Now I will simply go and add this overall prompt onto Claude Code. We'll do this. And we'll say now convert this indicator into a TradingView strategy with 1% risk per trade, a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, and a trailing stop, and keep all three original signals. So we'll click enter and we'll let that run here. Now, simply, we really want to backtest this on, multiple time frames, particularly on the same ticker like SPY. We want to go from the daily, even start at the weekly and go down from there. So the weekly, the daily, the 1 hour, 30-minute, 5-minute, 15-minute, etc. Right. And we can see that during, let's say, for example, this code, right? The simple code that we had, right, for our indicator, the lower we go, the more often signals we get, particularly here giving us buy and sell signals, right? And especially if you're a day trader using towards the 1 minute time frame, you do get a lot of indicators. For example, okay, so we'll take this off, right? And we'll look at the SPY simply on the past Friday. We'll look at the past trading session, and simply it told us, it was a buy all this time, right? Green indicator, upward trend above the 50 EMA, above the 200 EMA. And then we had this negative little short-term pullback. I think it went towards the intraday VWAP, and that, kind of triggered for a while until it was time to buy again. And the market finished higher during the post-market. Individuals bought the name even more aggressively. And it's amazing to see that we are now at all-time highs here. Let's recap what we just did. We used a single well-structured prompt to get Claude to write a 3-signal TradingView indicator. We converted it to a strategy, and we backtested it on 2 different completely occasions. Now we learned that the refinement loop turns into a best trading strategy. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and remember, don't let the markets wipe you guys out. I'll see you guys in the next video.